World and I'm Arya Shakti. Two images, two political parties, one occasion. Valmiki Jayanti. Ladies and gentlemen, just look at these two images right on your television screens. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi visiting the Valmiki temple in Delhi on the occasion of the birth anniversary of the creator of the epic Ramayana. BJP government being sworn in the second one in Haryana. Remember, a big factor in BJP's Haryana victory is the resounding support it got from the OBCs and the SCs. As per the CSDS Lokniti survey, a huge percentage, which is 50% of the Jatavs, who form half of the total SC population in Haryana, voted for the Congress. However, in that, 35% chose the BJP and voted for the BJP. This is the same community that Kumari Shailaja, senior Congress leader, belongs to. And as per this survey, the BJP garnered 45% of the votes from non-Jatav SCs, while 33% voted for the Congress. Remember, the BJP had fielded 17 Dalits in the Haryana polls, hoping that it will ensure that this community, which accounts for 21% of Haryana's total population, looks at them favorably, and they did. Today, 13 BJP MLAs took oath as Haryana ministers along with Naib Singh Saini, who took oath as the Chief Minister for the second consecutive time. The cabinet has maintained caste equations by giving representation to Jats, Dalits, Brahmins, Rajput and a Baniya. Saini himself comes from the other backward class or OBC community. A large chunk of the MLAs sworn in were from the OBC community, from which Chief Minister Saini himself belongs to. Saini's strategy was to consolidate the OBCs and not Jat votes, which certainly meant that the BJP managed to ensure this stunning performance in Haryana. A quick recap of what happened today, and then I bring in Haryana Minister Shruti Choudhry on the show tonight.
NDA show of strength on Valmiki Jayanti, just after the Haryana win and before the Maha Challenge as Maharashtra heads to polls. The occasion, swearing in of Naib Singh Saini as Haryana Chief Minister for the second time. Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the NDA charge, flanked by Amit Shah, JP Nadda, as well as Chief Ministers of 13 states.
We can see these visuals from here. Naib Singh Saini has come at a stage where we have seen huge number of the people, a huge number of the supporters. As of now, what we can understand, BJP is not leaving a single stone unturned to get maximum political mileage out of this victory. He is getting a rousing welcome where we can see the Chief Minister along with all the BJP leaders, they are waving to the supporters. This grand ceremony which is happening in Panchkula, we can see these pictures.
The significance of the date also not lost on anyone. BJP's Haryana turnaround is credited to its social engineering pitch, putting the Dalit outreach first. This reflected in Team Saini. 6 of the 13 ministers who took oath are from the OBC or SC communities. Naib Singh Saini sought the blessings of Valmiki before he took oath.
आज भगवान वाल्मीकि जी महाराज की जयंती है। मुझे अवसर मिला है भगवान वाल्मीकि जी के चरणों में शीश नवाने का और उन महापुरुषों से प्रेरणा लेकर के हमारा हरियाणा प्रदेश आगे बढ़े।
After the grand swearing in, Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a key strategy meet with all 13 NDA chief ministers in attendance. This meet comes 48 hours after the poll dates for Maharashtra and Jharkhand were announced. Haryana over and Dalit vote firmly with it. The BJP hopes for a repeat of similar consolidation in Maharashtra, where it faces both the Maratha as well as anti-incumbency challenge. The question is, will the series of pre-poll stops announced by the Shinde cabinet ensure the return of this crucial constituency with deterred before the Lok Sabha poll? Aishwarya Jain with Gurpreet Chinna, Bureau Report, NDTV.
Let me bring in Shruti Choudhry, who was sworn in today. Shruti, thank you so much for your time here on NDTV. Congratulations on being sworn in. You're a minister now. There has been a lot of caste balancing in this new Council of Ministers of Naib Singh Saini. Caste has been an integral part of Indian politics and it remains the dominant thread, no matter what people may say. Your thoughts on your own responsibility and going ahead, what does it mean for Haryana?
You see, in this election, all in Haryana, we say Chhattis Biradri. That is symbolic of everybody. It means that it is all encompassing. And everybody is a part of this victory. Everyone has voted for the policies of the BJP, for the leadership that the BJP has provided, for the vision that the Honorable Prime Minister has given to this country. And it is historical that for the first time in Haryana, back to back, Bhajpa has been voted in with a clear majority. So this is a complete testament to the policies and what is being said again and again, sabka saath, sabka vikas, that when we campaigned during this time, and I represent a rural area as most of Haryana is, and my constituency particularly so, where we had youngsters coming up, and telling us that bina kharchi parchi, because earlier on in Congress, run governments, especially in the previous Hooda government, there was a lot of kshetravad, there was a lot of, discrimination, and naukaries and jobs were given in a very corrupt way. And that all that had been removed and simplified for the common man. So a lot of things on the ground were done, and where the common man could see that this particular government is for me. I have, the work is being done. You could tell on the ground.
Okay, Ms. Choudhary, you represent a seat which was earlier represented by Bansi Lal, and he was the Chief Minister of Haryana for 4 times. So it's a bastion in many ways. When you look back at your own journey, the fact that you and your mother chose to jump the ship and join the Congress, I want you to help us understand, where do you think the Congress strategy went wrong? Do you think there was too much of emphasis on the Jats, trying to woo them, rather than realizing that there are multiple castes at play? Did the Congress overlook the OBCs and SCs?
The Congress has no strategy at all. It is just, on a very sort of ad hoc basis, they just carry on. And the Hoodas had started to, bully everyone.
Okay.
And as a result, there was a mass exodus that started to take place from Congress. And during his time, during his reign, the time that he was a chief minister, he concentrated development only to one part of the constituency. And that also was highly questionable, because there were a lot of corruption charges on him. And, and the way and the working of his government. So as a result, what started happening was that Congress started to lose grip from the ground completely. And BJP is completely the opposite. There is a complete commitment of all the cadres, all the leadership comes together as one. And then, of course, under the umbrella of a visionary like Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. So he is the driving force. And then we have great leaders, who have directed us, who have led the campaign, whether it was Mananiya Manohar Lalji, whether it was our Honorable Home Minister, whether it was the Chief Minister himself.
Okay.
And a lot of good work, I reiterate, was done on the ground. And people saw that. And at the end of the day, people stood with development, because everyone, Congress was constantly hankering amongst themselves They were, nothing was happening on the ground. You could
Okay.
just see a house in complete chaos.
Okay. My last question to you, today, the messaging of today has not been lost. It is Valmiki Jayanti. So certainly, it's a huge message being sent by your party. And the fact is that the 80% of SCs of Haryana voted for the BJP, which includes 35% of the Jatavs and other SCs are almost around 45%. Do you think there was this effort at social engineering which turned, which ensured BJP's victory?
You see, it's, I would just say that this is the backbone of governance, where you have everybody comes along. And this happens when your policies are there for the poorest of the poor. And when they have that faith in you, that is when they solidly, and it becomes a very solid support. So BJP has been, it's humbling to see that what kind of support came across all the castes together. Everybody came as one, whether it was everybody, like in my own constituency. It was overwhelming and very humbling to see that the whole constituency voted as one. So, I, for instance, don't see anything as a vote bank. For me, it is just an opportunity to do, people have put us in a very responsible place. The leadership has given us such a big responsibility, and we have to deliver for everyone.
All right, Shruti, thank you so much for joining us and congratulations on your new responsibility. Shehzad Poonawalla, national spokesperson of the BJP, is joining us. We have Dr. Anshul Avijit of the Congress and Ashok Bharti, chairman of National Confederation of Dalit Organizations. Ashok Bharti, where is the BJP getting its Dalit strategy right? Do you think there is a great degree of sincerity in the manner in which the party is approaching this community? You have to unmute yourself, sir.
Thank you for allowing me to come to here. And I believe that there is a huge competition now between the political parties to mobilize the Dalit community. And there is no doubt that in Haryana, BJP has done lots of spade work to outreach to the Dalit communities, irrespective of, that, which reflects in 35% votes of the Jatwas went to the BJP, 33% of the non-Jatwa vote. In fact, the majority of the non-Jatwa votes went to the BJP. So certainly they have advantage because they have the mass presence across the country, across the Haryana, and they have a highly trained cadre which outreach to the community, and this is one of the reasons. In case of the other political parties, they have the ideas of social justice, but they need to really strengthen their idea of social justice at the ground level. Okay. So these are the two things. Apart from this, I believe that the Haryana election, if we look at Haryana election from the perspective of the Dalits, there were some derogatory comments made against the Dalit community. So obviously, this is the time when nobody will tolerate such derogation.
Okay, Anshul Avijit, the question here is that the Congress party was talking about caste census. It was also building that narrative that, reservation will be done away with if the BJP gets that number of 400 par during the Lok Sabha polls. That actually worked during the Lok Sabha polls. Why do you think you were not able to convince, your own supporters in the elections which followed a few months later?
Are you asking me, Maria?
Yes, that's a question to you.
Oh, right. No, I mean, look, who voted for whom in this particular election. It was a tight election. The results were unexpected. There are a number of reasons for that, both technical, they relate to relationship between communities. First of all, the Dalit community, as we call it, it's unfortunate that they're still being called that community 75 years later, and we're still talking about the language of caste. It's highly regrettable. But so, as it may be, the Dalit community is not a monolith, right? The scheduled castes are not a monolith community. There are a number of segregated communities within that. They used to be, at one point, spoken of as like one sweeping community. They even used to vote en bloc. But now I think with the deepening of the processes, whichever way you look at it, there are aspirations between all of them. And you really have to earn the trust of every single community. What every election serves to remind every single party is that trust must be earned. There has to be outreach. You have to go.
So
at
you were
them.
not able
What the
to
BJP
earn their
has
trust.
been trying to do. No, what the BJP has been trying to do when it removes references to caste discrimination in NCRT books, when Dalit writers are removed from the courses of Delhi University, when you talk about 400 par, for what reason we don't know. But clearly there is a reason that you are going to change the constitution, where you're constantly critiquing the policy of reservations.
Anshul, we are showing the visuals right now. We are showing the visuals of efforts which have been made by the Prime Minister himself right at the top in ensuring the outreach to this community not once, but consistently over the last few years. Be it cleaning up Valmiki.
You're going to show me these patronizing rituals and think that the Dalit community has been won over?
Yes.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
If electorally, if anything we have to go by, we have to actually tell the truth. Let's go with the numbers which have been talked about by the CSDS
The numbers don't reveal
survey.
anything.
CSDS survey actually says that there is a significant, in fact, a very high percentage of non-Jatav SCs which have voted for the BJP. So, let's not deny the numbers now. Yes, Shehzad Poonawala, please come in.
Just allow me to complete 1 minute. I'm not denying. Maria, just one more second.
Yes.
Before Shehnaz, I'm keen to hear Shehzad as well. I'm just saying that nobody is denying that community, there has to be no outreach. I'm not suggesting that. I am only simply saying that there was a narrative that was built up throughout these elections, which you have referred to continuously. It's been a cultural narrative, it's been a political narrative, it's been a technical narrative that paid, I think, the Dalit community in the elections, in the Lok Sabha elections, veered towards us. And I believe that we still have a sizable chunk of their votes.
Yes, okay. Shehzad?
You see, first of all,
okay, let's have Shehzad and Anshul on the
versus
screen now, please. Yes, go ahead.
Maria, this is the problem. While Congress focuses on narrative, we focus on doing things with niyat. Today is not just Valmiki Jayanti, it also happens to be the unfortunate day when 1 hour ago, Captain Ajay Yadav, the National OBC Chairperson of Congress, has called it quits from the Congress party. The last time this happened, we know that Sitaram Kesi, one of the OBC presidents of Congress, the only last one, how he was treated. Congress is essentially a party that talks about Dalit but wants Dal Hit. And for Dal Hit, it does Dalit and OBC ka apman constantly. Let me give you a few examples. First of all, this Arakshan reservation, 1961, Nehruji has written categorical letter that I would not want reservation, it creates second-class people. 1980 to 90, Rajiv Gandhi and Indira Gandhi opposed Mandal. Rajiv Gandhi said, Buddu ko Arakshan milta hai. 2004 to 14, Jamia AMU used to have SC/ST Arakshan, it was finished off. We know that in Rangnath Mishra, they proposed that the SC/ST Arakshan should be given, part of it should be given to Muslims. We know that in Karnataka, they took off from the chunk of OBC Arakshan and gave it to the Muslims purely on religious grounds. They have done this in the past. Salman Khurshid also said, from 27% OBC quota, I want to give 9% to Muslims before the UP elections. Look at what they did in the Haryana elections. They insulted Kumari Shelja. And when it came, first Rahul Gandhi went abroad and he said, Arakshan khatam kar denge hum log. And then they said, Dalit Netrutva khatam kar denge, the manner in which they treated Kumari Shelja. Forget everything else. You're showing visuals, Maria. Today's visuals, this is Rahul Gandhi with the people who have come to meet him. Camera person, can you please zoom? Ambedkarji's portrait has been kept on the ground. This is the way they treat. And Ambedkarji was defeated twice by the Congress party. Ambedkarji was not given Bharat Ratna on time. Here, this is the picture. Rahul Gandhi is sitting, and here next to his feet, you can see Ambedkarji's portrait. So therefore, Congress never respects Dalit, or a better word would be scheduled caste people. Look, let me give you another example. This entire narrative they have been doing in the entire Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan election. Rajasthan had maximum number of SC/ST atrocities. Then after that, those 3 elections they lost. Odisha, where there's a sizable tribal population, we won. Chhattisgarh, sizable tribal population, we won. We made a tribal CM. Today we are also winning Haryana elections. We have won many such state elections, and there we have made OBC people chief minister. They had opportunity in Telangana. They had promised Dalit Samaj, SC Samaj, that we will make chief minister. Instead, they make Revant Reddy, who had abused Kurmi caste. So this is the distance between narrative. You know, some people, they come, they wear muffler and they say, Hawa hai Congress ki, Aandhi hai Congress ki, Tsunami hai Congress ki. Or some Chaduni type people come and they make the mahol for Congress. ऐसे narrative से नहीं बनता. Avjit ji, just आप मुझे बता दीजिए, if the Congress respected the SC community, please just tell me, 70 years you had, why you did not make one OBC as the Prime Minister of this country who could complete his tenure? Okay. Deve Gowda ji was first OBC Prime Minister, but 3 times BJP has made. BJP in fact made OBC Chief Ministers like Kalyan Singh, Uma Bharti, when the Congress was opposing OBC rights.
Okay. Anshul Avjit.
So therefore Congress should be the last person to preach.
Anshul,
Can I
please
answer
respond.
that? Yeah. No. The BJP talking about social justice, I mean, what can one say? You remove NCRT, you remove references to discrimination, which means you're building ground. Since there was no caste discriminations, there is no need for reservations. Time and again, leaders in the BJP, in their, what is their ideologue, basically the RSS have said, no, it's time to review reservations. It should be done away with. People, Dalits who've come out from the RSS ranks have spoken about the discrimination which exists there. There are written books on it, right? You have lateral entry that was actually codified. A paper came out in which, an advertisement came out in which 44 posts were actually advertised. You are doing away with reservations. There's proof of that. What else do you want? They've been speaking about it. They've been actually doing it on the ground. Their own minister from Apna Dal, she came out and says, why hasn't the reservation policy been followed when there was niyukti of 69,000 shikshaks in UP? It was flouted. She wrote a letter. It's been flouted by their own party, and their own party people are coming out and speaking against it. You've got Dalit writers that are removed, ST sub-plan that was removed, scholarships are being cut down. Time and again, there is a war on the SC community. What you have is platitudes and patronizing images that you see on television.
Okay.
That's not going to cut it.
Okay.
It can, and then you create further divisions by saying,
okay, Shahzad, I have just enough time for your response on this.
See, Maria, I always come prepared with my facts. This is the date 3/3/1985. आरक्षण के नाम पर बुद्धुओं को बढ़ावा नहीं दे सकते, राजीव गांधी. It is published in Navbharat Times. Secondly, since he's talking about SC/ST funds, government has misused and diverted 37% of SC/ST funds in Karnataka, that is tune of 14,000 crores. Thirdly, I want to ask my friend, dear Mr. Avijit, that if you are so much for the rights of SC, why didn't you declare or even allow Kumari Shelja to fight? And fourthly, this is what Congress party used to say. Please listen.
मैं तो चाहूंगी कि ये शब्द हम हटा दें अपने देश से. हम सब
मेरा विश्वास जातिवाद में नहीं है, says आदरणीय इंदिरा गांधी जी. Is he now today discarding the views of Indira Gandhi ji? Of course, we want a casteless and a discriminationless society, but we are the ones who are doing it through empowerment. You are the ones who are doing it only through division of Hindu society. And by the way, Maria, you and I both know Pasmanda Samaj exists in Muslims also. It's not direct caste, but it is upper class, lower class. How many times Rahul Gandhi has spoken for the rights of Pasmanda? And Pasmandas face huge discrimination at the hands of Ashraf. You know it, how much they face the discrimination.
All right.
Has the Congress party ever spoken for Pasmanda?
Okay. So the caste lines and this all effort for the Dalit vote has only perhaps reached this new crescendo, and it will only grow in the coming few days and weeks in the run-up to Maharashtra elections. Shahzad Poonawalla, Dr. Anshul Avijit and Ashok Bharti, appreciate your time here on NDTV. That's all from me on this edition of The Last Word. We are putting out the entire debate on ndtv.com.